Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of All Shit, I'm 40. This is your boy, Gene Lott, and we are coming to you with another fantastic show. Tonight with us, we got Marques, a.k.a. Dirty, and then we got your boy with 1 million Facebook and Instagram pages, my man, Super Tese.
What it do?
And we got a special guest in the audience, but we're going to call him out later. This is his first time hanging out with us. But thank you. Welcome to All Shit, I'm 40, man. Hey, it's been a little while since we recorded.
Yeah, man. It's been a couple weeks, man. It's been a couple weeks, but it's been an exciting couple weeks, man.
Oh, man, who you telling?
Spring break was done, out the way.
Yep, definitely. We went on trips. We got our passports stamped.
We went down to cartel country, man. You know.
Oh, but we're back alive. We're back alive. Oh man! So
I wasn't too excited. We went to Outer Banks. So
I love the Outer Banks.
That was safer than cartel country.
I love the Outer Banks, but it wasn't exciting as y'all. You know what I mean?
Man, I love the Outer Banks, man. It's a real chill spot.
Yeah,
and I think it's one of those places that who you go with.
Yeah.
Makes the trip.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I say the same thing about Ocean City.
Definitely Ocean City. Yeah.
Sometimes people say Ocean City. Why you want to go to Ocean City? I'm like, you go there with the right folks, man.
Exactly.
You can have a great time.
Anywhere though, for real.
And speaking of which, when you say the right folks, when we went down to cartel country, aka Cancun, aka Mexico, we went down with a real good group of folks, man, to celebrate our man Tese.
What up?
His wedding. He shed a tear. Like every dude that gets married sheds a tear.
Nah, man, that was something the beach sand got in my eye, man. I keep on telling you, I wasn't crying, man. It was the sand that got in my eye.
Real G's don't cry, huh?
Nah, not at all.
So let me tell you about your boy Tese. All right.
Oh, here we go.
This is before he even walked up the aisle. Like, you know how they be waiting on the side, Marcus? Mm-hmm. He started choking up. Like, you know how the bottom lip quiver? That's what he was doing. But his best man called him out though.
Man,
so we're all sitting there. Everybody turn around. So soon as they see the bottom lip quiver, all the wives are like, "Oh, look at him! Oh, look at him!" But he took it like a G though. He had the sunglasses on. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't gonna see my eyes.
Right.
But it was beautiful, man. And they had the ocean behind them and everything. You know. It was so beautiful. I got home, I opened up my wedding album, and I was like, damn, man, I just wanted to reminisce. Because you know how, like, when you go to weddings and stuff, you start thinking about your own wedding.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you think about, like, damn, this shit costs a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing like a destination wedding.
It's nothing, because you had a destination wedding too, right?
Nassau, Bahamas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How was that?
Oh, I loved it. So I remember the first time I saw my wife, I'm standing next to the Reverend, right? And, we're recording.
Yep.
And I see her coming around the building, coming down, and the first thing I said is, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, shit
right
real.
next to the Reverend. I was like, "Oops."
Shit real. I mean, just like I told Tese, I think I said it's something about when you see him in that dress. Mm-hmm. And you see them coming down, they look all angelic and floating and shit.
Now I know some people do the whole the first look thing where they see each other in private first.
Oh, yeah, they asked me if I wanted to do that. I was like, I didn't want to do it. I wanted it to be the first time when I seen her.
Yeah, and that's how I was. The first time I seen Val was like when she came down. I kept hearing about the dress, like, oh, I found this dress. Mm-hmm. I found this dress. I'm like, what did it look like? Don't worry about it. But like when I seen her, I was like, shit.
Yeah. I was like, how much it cost?
But yeah, man.
Right. How much that's gonna cost? Well, hold on. Can we introduce our special guest?
Man.
You know, I've been putting him to the fire.
The infamous.
Yeah. You know, he got a last name that everybody should know. You know, somewhere down the line, he's probably related to that family. You know, but it's my man, everybody's friend, my man Tommy Benz. What's going on, Tommy? They can hear you in the background.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
He like, oh my God, that was the cheesiest intro. You're supposed to be like, motherfucker.
Look, man, I'll tell you this, man. I didn't know Gene for a while, and I've been hearing about this infamous Tommy this. We're going to Kentucky. We going here. We going there. This business venture, that business venture. I was like, who the hell is this guy? It was like, I'd never seen him, man. I just keep hearing about him, but
He's like Ghost
From Power. From Power.
right, he's like Ghost from Power, you know?
But nah, man, I'm glad you came through, Tommy. Glad to finally meet you, man. I heard a lot of great things about you, man. So hopefully I get to learn a little bit more about you and vice versa.
Yeah, I haven't seen Tommy in almost a couple of years, I think.
Has it been that long?
It might have been.
Damn.
But no, Tommy's a real cool dude,
Yeah,
man.
Tommy's my guy. What year was that time? That was like 2010. That's when we met, right? No, or it was 09. It was somewhere. The Saints won the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
And basically we had a big snowstorm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember Tommy had this truck and he was just like, man, I'm about to make a liquor run. What's up? And I was like, all right, let's go. I went to go tell Val, like, hey, I'm about to go with this white guy and we're going to go get some liquor.
I just met this dude out in the parking lot.
Right, I just met this guy.
I'm riding with it.
And like Val was like, okay. And like ever since then, man, we just been boys, man. This is my brother, you know. We came down to his wedding. We went all the way to Kentucky for his wedding. My dad, you know, he did a little stuff for his wedding and stuff, man. And it's just been beautiful. And he's been there for every significant event in my life.
That's what's up, man.
So that's my guy. So
Good stuff.
hold on, let's see if we can get the clap. Not the venereal disease. Not that, but hold on, where
I'm
it
just
is.
glad you
There
didn't
you
make
go.
no threesome or foursome joke.
No, not
Oh, my
today.
goodness.
I never work. It never works on time. There you go.
That's what she said.
Shout out to my man Tommy. Definitely. So we're gonna get into it, but you know what we do here at All Shit I'm 40. What are we drinking on? We're gonna start with Tese because we in Tese humble abode today.
Oh, drinking the same thing.
Yeah, no. I'm a little bit
No,
different.
Tese went left the switch.
Today, I'm drinking, what is this called? Eagle Rare.
Oh, Tommy, that's up your aisle, man.
Aged 10 years, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. My cousin TJ, what's up, TJ?
Shout out to TJ.
Yeah, he actually brought this to my house. I want to say last summer at one of the cookouts we had, and it's very good. It's very good. You can drink it straight. I'm a big ginger beer guy, but I'm touching it with a little bit of ginger beer, and that's what I'm sipping on today, fellas.
Nice.
Hard to find.
Oh,
Very hard to find.
Tommy said it's very hard to find. And look, Tommy is the guy that really put me on the bourbon. Like seriously. Before Tommy, I don't know what I was drinking.
Probably Hennessy, Parmesan.
All the bad shit. Marcus, what you got? Your class.
So, as you know,
There you go. It's always empty before we
always
get to
empty.
him.
You say he drank fast, didn't he?
I do. This is actually my third glass. So I'm ready to go, yeah. So I know TC's been talking about Los Hermanos, and he knows I'm a tequila guy, so he puts it right in front of me, knowing I'm going to drink that. So
Hey, shout out to the Henson family.
Yeah,
sir.
shout out. You know, it's really good though. So as you can tell, like I said, I'm on my third glass that is gone, so I'll be pouring another one shortly.
Dog,
Enjoy yourself, brother.
I definitely.
the last show we had, it was our porn episode.
Jesus.
Man, we punished that bottle, but we didn't realize we punished the bottle because we punished the bottle.
I could go so many ways with that.
What, with the porn episode?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But the bottle was punished. And the thing about it is, I think when I drink tequila, I just want the Reposado. I don't want the regular tequila. I want Reposado. That's it.
What do you mean, Blanco? The
Huh?
clear one is Blanco.
Yeah, I don't want the Blanco. I want the Reposado.
Reposado.
Yeah. Because there's something about the Reposado that's like, I don't know, smooth, got a little sweetness to it. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's their flavor profile. But, you know, when you look at tequilas, they got the Blanco, they got the Reposado, then they got the Anejo. That's aged a little bit longer than the Reposado. So that's another one you got to try, too. And
look at it. His cousins told him well. Look at
Yeah, they definitely put me on.
Yeah.
But they're gonna come out with what is it? Excuse me, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Anejo. And they told me shortly. So maybe by the end of this year they'll have that as well.
And we're going to get them on the show. And we just got to have a tequila tasting. Maybe they can do a debut.
Hey.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get them on.
We're going to get them on. So Gene is drinking what we just talked about. I already told you, I'm drinking the tequila. I'm drinking the tequila and eating some Royal Farms world famous chicken with barbecue sauce And I got a glass of water that the lady at the house, Miss Henson, just hooked me up with. So appreciate. I just saw her. She walked.
Shout out to wifey.
Shout out to wifey. There we go. Oh, she was in the background. I heard her a little bit. But yeah, man. So, all right, man. Y'all ready
Let's
to get
jump
into
into
this?
it. I mean, just FYI, we sitting here watching the draft as well.
Yes. Shout out to the 2023 draft.
Yeah, and shout out to Lamar Jackson for signing his extension today.
Whoa, when did that happen?
Probably about 4 hours ago.
So he signed.
Yeah, he signed.
Is it close to Eagles money or a little bit more?
He surpassed him.
Man, I think it's definitely surpassed. I think it was like 185 million guaranteed.
So what was the Ravens waiting on?
I mean, I don't know, man. You know, sometimes you just need those comparables out there.
God damn. Well, shout out to Lamar Jackson. All I want to do is borrow $1. Hook me up. Hook us up, man. We'll get you on the show. Maybe we can do it at your house, Definitely. But I'm a Washington Commanders fan, not a Ravens fan. Shut up. I don't want to hear anything from y'all.
Jesus.
And don't say I got receipts. I don't want to hear that shit. Not today.
I got some pictures in your Ravens again, so don't play me.
That's a whole different subject. All right, y'all. We about to get into it. So look, we're doing something a little bit different. Sometimes on All Shit I'm 40, we got topics that are lined up, but then sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and your wife like punches you in your arm and say, "Hey, look at this." And it was one of those nights. Well, it was one of those mornings where I actually texted these dudes early in the morning. So I'm sure they probably got pissed off. Like, why is he up this early? But something came across on Instagram. And I actually just want to share this real quick. And let me see if I can pull it up here. Gene and technology. All right, so I'm gonna share, courtesy of Black Marriage Movement IG page, a couple of scenes. All right, so here we go right now.
Children not to know the struggle. I wanted my children to know what support was. I wanted them to know that many times we are hardwired to think that in order to be successful, we gotta go through some shit. You don't have to go through some shit. Live your life, be my child, I'll figure out the rest. It doesn't have to be all that.
I agree with Station Mac.
So, that clip, basically in a nutshell, I don't know whose mom it is. She was basically saying that she don't think her kids need to struggle. Live your life. We'll take care of the struggle. All right.
And she will put them in position to win.
Children not to know.
Right.
She'll put them in position to win. They don't need to struggle. She already came from the struggle, and she don't want her kids to have any type of struggle.
Exactly. So what we're going to do on part 1 is talk about this. So this whole episode is going to be about struggle. And this is going to kind of dovetail off of our last episode, which was basically disciplining the kids. We're going to stay on the kids for a little bit, because we all grown, man. We married and we got kids. Everybody got kids.
We 40 plus, and we got one that's on the horizon.
Yeah.
A couple more years, but everybody else is 40 plus here.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get into that, I'm going to give an example of what somebody said, their response, and then I want to hear everybody else's response. We're going to go around the table. So, Black Marriage Movement, one of the coordinators of this page, she broke it down. Number 1, I want my children not to know struggles. That was the number 1 thing. She answered, it depends on the struggle. So she said, hey, if struggle was abuse, depression, substance abuse, induced by poverty, welfare, living in the projects, survival mode, etc., yes, they don't need to know that. Then she came back with B. However, the struggle of having to find a job, do a good job, work for money, earn good grades, etc., they need to know that struggle. So I'm gonna start out with Marcus. You want to tackle this first, or you want me to go first?
You go ahead, hit it first.
All right, I'm gonna hit this first because me and the wife had a discussion about this morning. I want my kids to know about struggle because this world is not easy, and it's definitely not easy for African American children.
What?
It's getting better.
Is it?
That's another topic. We'll hit that. But I feel like everybody I know that don't know struggle have been basically like the people I know that's been handed everything to them, they can't handle when things don't go their way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to raise my children that way. I'm not going to have my children, I want my children to appreciate everything and to know that to get far in life that they have to work.
Yeah.
And in order to understand that, you got to understand that everything in life ain't free. Everything in life ain't given to you. So when I give you these chores, this is preparing you for life when I'm gone. This is preparing you for when you're at work, when you don't get that promotion that you worked hard for. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like my take on it. That's one part.
So let me ask you this, then, Gene.
Go ahead.
You're doing fairly well in life. Congratulations, you and your wife on that as well. And I mean, what do you do for your kids to help instill that sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Just for them to have that appreciation of different things. I know you just mentioned chores.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It is still hard, but I'm quick to tell them, y'all don't have money. Y'all don't have shit. I have money.
You know, my son asked me the other day. We took them to Chick-fil-A. He had the nerve to ask me, "Daddy, when you get Chick-fil-A for us, are you using your own money?" Like, what?
Oof.
You would have thought about I'll put that car in parked and turned around?
Ooh. Yeah, he seriously, he had to sit there and think about that.
Like, yes, I'm taking money out of my bank account, out of my paycheck to feed you every single day. Nothing I'm doing for you costs money.
And touching on that, so we as parents, we all want our children to have more than what we had, right?
Yeah.
Granted, my oldest is 11 years old, about to turn 12. She has a cell phone. All right. In my mind, I gave her a cell phone because she gets good grades. She does what she has to do in school. And I need to know where she at. I need to know if she's safe. You know, I can track her.
Yeah.
But there are times when we have to take that cell phone away when she feels like that cell phone is a part of, and I have to keep reminding her, this is a privilege. Mm-hmm. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was like a sophomore in college. Mm-hmm. Well, Dad, those are different times. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, it's a struggle because I'm trying to get them to realize that, everything you get right now, this is just a privilege. And I don't want to raise children, to not feel like they're not going to struggle. I want them to struggle because they have to realize that you got to work.
Right.
To get things, And just getting good grades is not working. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, true.
It's that shit when I tell you, I need you to clean your room. And do it, not prompted. You know what I'm saying?
So what we've been telling Mom, like say Miles, he's the oldest one, 8 years old. What we have been telling him is, like I said, we gave up. We gave him a cell phone for his 8th birthday.
Yeah, yep.
But we did it. So what we've been telling him is that, you're very blessed to have 2 parents that have great jobs and giving you giving you everything you could need and wanting more. Mm-hmm. Not every single kid. I told him not every kid in your school is as fortunate and blessed as you. So we actually have been talking to him more about people who are not as fortunate as us, people who don't have a home, don't have a job. So we've been talking to him more about homeless people. Mm-hmm. And, in Waldorf, we see a lot more of the homeless.
We see a lot of it now.
A lot more of them now. So, he's asking us questions now, like, why don't they have a home? Why don't they have this? Why their clothes look like that? Things like that. So we've been having these conversations with him, like, we don't know their story. However, they don't have the house that we have.
Right.
They don't have the car that we have. They don't have the iPad or the phone that you have. Mm-hmm. So, you just need to, we've been telling him, say your prayers at night. Thank him for everything you got, because everything can be taken away just like that.
Because I think kids nowadays think they're supposed to have the stuff that they have.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I honestly think that. And then and Tease, you can answer this if you want. I think our parents did a good job at hiding their struggles from us. Whereas we as parents right now, I mean, do y'all think that we actually hide it? And I mean, some of our struggles are different, you know? Like sometimes I'll be looking, I'll be like, God damn, I gotta pay for fucking lunch. Like lunch is like $5. Like y'all, like I remember, so the girls, they get like $20 on their lunch account, right? I goddamn Wednesday, that $20 is blown. And I'm like, how much is lunch? I remember lunch was like $1.50. Like, I'm like, this $20. I'm thinking in my head, bro, it's like 2 weeks.
Replenish his account,
right? But then you go check, they be getting breakfast and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just like with these kids now, it's like, all right, how do we do this? So do you agree with what she says? First of all, does everybody agree with what she says? Not to show them struggle. Like let us the parents take on the struggle. Just let the kids.
Well, it's like the response you read said. You know, how do you define struggle? Like the struggles that she defined in the part A. You know, abuse, depression, things like that. No, don't want you to struggle with that. However, getting a job, earning your own money. Yes, I do want you to, like you said, work on that struggle. Take, for example, like my wife, when she was a teenager, her parents bought her car. Me, I got a summer internship, worked 2 years, saved every single penny up, and bought my own car. Nothing wrong with either situation.
Right.
But me and her are going through this battle. Like, she wants to buy the boys cars when they're 16. Whereas me, I'm like, no. I want them to be able to earn it. Because when they had that car, if we buy that car for them, that's not their car, that's mine.
Right.
If they buy their car, then that's theirs. They'll appreciate it more. They'll actually work. Maybe they'll work harder, like to keep the oil changed, the tires, gas in there, things like that. You know, we can debate whether, you know, maybe we'll take them on the insurance or something like that. But no.
So prime example with brother Marvin King, our teammate from Bowie. Shout out to Merv. We had this discussion. I was over his house, and Marv always fuck with me all the time because he was like, "Yo, you was at Bowie and you had your own car. I ain't have shit." And I was like, "Merv, you got red light tickets in my car. Why don't you use my car?" But like the point was, he was always making like, "Bro, you was in high school and had your own car." I'm like, it wasn't my own. Like we had a car, and it was my sister's when she had it in high school. When she left for college, that junk was passed down to me like that. So yeah, I had a car. You know what I'm saying? But the point he was making is like, again, bro, you still had a car. Like you didn't have to go use your refund money to go buy a car and shit like that. You know, we touched on that on one episode. I think it was our first episode. TC was talking about
refund checks,
using the refund checks to get that. You know what I'm saying? And he was just talking about different stuff like that. So this is another comment that was on there, and I want y'all to respond to this. Many spoiled children of parents who, quote, give too much end up of no value to society. They're crippled emotionally and mentally, lack discipline, and delayed gratification. Expect life to be easy and often end up drug addicted because they feel useless and without real life skills. I was like, damn, she went deep down the hole about that.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely went worst case scenario with that. But I mean, going back to your original question, I know he's kind of going around the table, going around the horn with it. Do I agree with what the lady was saying? To a certain extent, I do, but not all the way. Now, the certain struggles that I went through as growing up, I don't need my kids going through all those different struggles that I went through. Now, do I need them to have a sense of like appreciation for different things, awareness of everything that's going on in the world? Like you were talking about the homeless guys, homeless people, understanding.
Yeah.
Yes, I want them to understand that. I'm not going to sit up here and buy my kids every single toy, every single new pair of Jordans that they want. But when they do good,
Right.
I will reward good behavior, good things that they've done. yes, they have different, like you were speaking, Gino, they have chores in which they have around the house in which they have to contribute. Obviously, they're not working just yet, but they have to understand that, hey, all these things that you see Daddy has, different cars and what have you, Daddy has to work for this. Daddy have different type of businesses, what have you. Daddy has different type of investments. So that's one thing I'm big with my kids is like teaching them about investing, about saving.
What's the Instagram? Shout out to Instagram.
Oh, shout out to Instagram. T's Keys to Success. Please follow me on IG.
All right.
Shameless plug, but I appreciate you, Gino. But at the end of the day, that's one of my biggest things is just, you know, teaching my kids that, you know, you can do and have anything that you want in life, but you do have to work for it. I don't need them to live in all the 3 or 4 different hoods that I lived in growing up. I don't need them to get, you know, beatings of switches and belts and stuff like I grew up. Yeah. Eating ramen noodles and, you know, going to my neighbor house, asking them for a cup of sugar or some milk because we didn't have stuff in the house. I don't need that.
Right.
I can teach them through me so they can appreciate the different things. Because like Braxton, you know, he just sees daddy's, you know, all this stuff. Oh, daddy, you rich, you this and that, da. No, daddy is comfortable.
Yeah.
But
daddy real comfortable.
Yeah, you see those papers on the wall? Those are degrees.
That's how daddy got there. Yep.
Those are diplomas. Those are certifications. But I don't need them to go through every single struggle that I've been through. But I am teaching them and making them aware of different things that we've gone through. Because sometimes, you know, some people in that family is not as successful as I am.
That's true.
And they wonder why, you know, they go over their house, you know, sometimes things are a little bit different than what you got here. And that's when you have to really explain to them what is the difference in, you know, what is things are going on. You have to work hard. You have to also have God in your life as well. Definitely. School is very important. Athletics, and my kids are, you know, really getting into athletics now. Teaching them, you know, why am I putting you in athletics? I don't want you to go to the NFL. I don't want you to go to NBA. But I do want you to know that there's teamwork.
Okay. Teamwork is big.
Life lesson.
Teamwork. Yeah, there's discipline. There's hard work. You're going to lose. You're going to win. But you got to be able to bounce back from either way. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And there's life lessons with having you. Remember, I don't know about you guys, but you remember your first job as a teenager?
Yeah, I remember my first job.
Did you enjoy it?
I sure did. You felt independent.
Yes.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
When you got that first check.
When I got that first check and wondered, where's all of my money going? Well, who's FICA? Who's FICA?
No, but, I mean, look at these kids today, bro. Like, every day news is something. So these kids don't have any sense of authority.
None.
They don't have any respect for elders.
None.
Like, they're going up to people at gas station, like people
and robbing them,
killing them.
And it's the females too, like the teenage females, which is crazy.
Having a job teaches you, you know, just another set of life lessons. Like, you know, again, you have a boss, you have someone quote unquote superior with you. You have to listen to them. They give you direction. You have to follow it. It can also give you leadership skills. You can become a leader in that job. Then you can tell other people what to do. You can become an organizer. Gain money on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Start saving money in your savings account. Buy things you want. Save what you want.
And see, that right there, and this might even be another episode when we get into the entrepreneurship episode and our financial literacy episode. A lot of times, and be honest, whose parents really sat down and talk finances with their kids? Because I know in black households, it's taboo. Man, you don't talk to me about where the fuck my money comes from. Just know you got clothes on your back. Oh, hold on, Washington pick is in.
Oh, who cares?
You're with Commanders fans.
Gives a damn.
Pick 16.
He's only going to last.
Damn, we don't even get a live joke.
When you're celebrating in April, that just tells you everything about your team.
Jesus. He's only going to last 2 years.
Look, he going to talk shit now because his quarterback signed finally. Anyway,
but they're going to decline the 5th-year option.
Anyway,
these kids need to understand the value of a dollar. So, like in high school, I still think the best class I took in high school was an intro to finance class.
I took one of those too.
It was more beneficial than any history, any calculus, any physics, chemistry, because it taught me, information about a credit card, about loans, buying a car versus what do you call it? What's the other?
Leasing.
Leasing a car.
Yep.
Talked about APR. Beware of credit cards. I say no 0 interest rate for 6 months or something like that. I got more value. I remember everything from that class to this day, more than what
anything else.
I took something similar to that, and that was my first introduction to the stock market. The funny thing was, that wasn't a required class.
It was like
for me. I don't know how it was.
What they call it, electives. Yeah,
mine was an elective. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, and this time I'm gonna drag Tommy into this too. Tommy. All right, Tommy, you're a business owner. You have a son. My nephew Jack. Real cool dude. Being gifted a business, like how would you handle that? How like what? Let's hear from Tom. Forget him on the mic. How would you handle that?
So would this mean simply passing down a family business just because that's your son? Okay.
Because this man worked hard.
I would not. I don't. Because so my company, I have a consulting company with a partner, and I work with business owners on getting federal contracts. That's probably the simplest way. It's like do consulting for getting federal contracts. So I work with all the people that I work with are business owners, and I can tell you that it's very rare. It seems to be very rare that very few of them are like their parents own the business. There are a couple, and they've been very successful. But I feel like that's an anomaly. I feel like a lot of times, the person who starts the business and creates it, if their kids come in and just kind of take over, they didn't go through the struggle to get it to where
it goes to shit.
And, I mean, sometimes it doesn't. And I've got a couple of clients that actually they did inherit the business from their parents and they did really well with it. But I feel like it's not.
Hold on, Tom. Give me that Eagle Rare bottle. We getting some shakes on the mic.
I couldn't figure out what it was.
I was like, we got an earthquake going.
But I think like what you were saying about like how to teach your kids. So my son's 6, and my parents we didn't have any money, and I remember like that kind of like created my drive because I remember I can tell you. Like very like imprinted in my memory of like going to the grocery store and seeing like a little like Hot Wheel car and be like, "Hey, Mom, can we get this?" She's like, "No, we can't afford it."
Right.
And I was like, man, I'm never gonna be able to say that. I want like when I grow up, I'm never gonna have to say, "No, we can't afford it" for something like that. I may say, "No, we're not gonna do it," but not because I can't afford to do it.
Right. Because I want my Hot Wheel car.
Right. And so one of the things that I've been trying to work with my son on is like ask the question when he asks for something, I'm like, is that something that you want or is that something you need?
Ooh, hold it right there. I like that.
Love it.
And
now he gets me because now he'd be like, Dad, I need this.
Right. But you know what's funny? Rev, Pops always say the same thing. You got your wants, and you got your needs. We want. Hold on. Who do we pick? Mississippi State. That's the cornerback. Yeah, he's a rangy guy. Look, he got the red cup. His pop's been drinking. He got the little shaky cup. There you go. Yep. God damn, he's skinny. Sorry, y'all. We watch it. 166. 166. He's rangy.
Oh, he's about to get burned.
He had like 6 pick sixes.
Damn. Shout out to Emmanuel Forbes. Pick. First round, pick 16.
So let me tell you what we started doing for Miles. Also, when he gets birthday money, and say grandparents say, "Hey, here's $40."
God damn, $40 for his birthday.
$40.
Shout out to Miles.
They spoil the hell out of him. But $40, take him to Target.
Right.
So we're taking him to Target. $40. We told him like. So we told him, we're not adding to your money. $40 is your limit.
Right.
Like so. Also, keep in mind that there's this thing called tax. So if you get something that's $39.99.
So hold on, time out. You taxing Miles?
No.
You taxing his birthday money?
Target's taxing Miles.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought, hold on. I must have misread you. I was like, God damn, your parents taxing you. Okay, that's a good joke.
Target is. So we're telling them, save a gap because Target's going to add a little bit of extra money to
Target.
Buy.
Yeah.
So of course he goes down the aisle and he sees something that's $38 or $50 or whatever. He's like, "Can you add money to it?" Like, nope.
This is one thing I got my kids trained now. is that when they get money, they like, all right, daddy, I want to put $10, like say $40. He's like, I want to put $10 in the bank. Now I ask him, why you want to do that? Oh, I want it to grow. Planting them seeds, man. I love it, man. That makes me so proud.
That's another Tese keys to success.
100%.
You know, when Tese heard that, man, he called a chubby. He was like, all right, man.
I did, man. I did.
Like,
it makes me proud, man.
I
mean, like myself, man, I really didn't understand like financial stuff till probably I was in my 30s.
And that's real talk.
And he's 6 and 12.
Because, I mean, think about it. A lot of us really didn't learn about the value of a dollar and saving for a dollar till we got much older. Mm-hmm. You know, some of us still don't know. You know, sometimes even my ass still struggle with that shit. Because according to Valerie, you're impulsive.
Impulsive buyer. Yeah.
I am. I can admit that.
There's nothing wrong. Listen, sometimes
you gotta treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Don't cheat.
No.
Don't
Let me
cheat.
tell you.
Don't cheat
Tese
yourself.
has got me in trouble
Treat
10 times.
yourself.
Because I'll be somewhere. I see a nice pistol I want. You know? And all I hear is Tese in the back of my mind. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
Too funny.
In moderation, man. In moderation.
Like, you'll hear the moderation part. But I swear, yo, no lie, bro. I will be somewhere when my little impulsive kicks in. That's the first voice I hear in my head. Yo, Val gonna come kick your ass for this shit. That's the first voice I hear in my head. And Tese always be saying, treat yourself.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Right,
I mean, we work hard, man. We all work fucking hard, man, and we deserve to, you know, treat ourselves from time to time. You know, it's sometimes like even me. You know, I used to be like really, I want to save here, buy this next investment property here, do this and do that, and I really wasn't doing too much for myself. You know what I mean? Setting up for my kids' future. You know, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta slow down and like enjoy fucking life. I can't enjoy it once I'm retiring at hopefully 50.
Right.
But, you know, I'm gonna enjoy it all the way through in moderation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you got the oldest child here, right?
Boy.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to time, you making her get a job, or how you gonna handle that?
So she already knows she's gonna get a job. And
Because you told her to, or because you want to?
no, she wants to.
Okay.
She wants to. And we told her.
Oh.
Like, no, you're going to get a job. And we're trying to start her early because she's at babysitting age. And we're trying to tell her, she all saying already, hey, I'm a babysit for free. Like, no, you can set your rates. For family, it won't be as much, but outside of family, you know, you're going to set the going rate. We're going to take the average. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing about Dylan is she wants to work. Dylan wants her own money. But again, it's teaching her about don't spend your money on dumb shit.
Right.
And like, for instance, she's 12 years old. So she has this thing about she wants to buy smell good from fucking Bath and Body Works and shit, man. You know? And I'm like one day we sent her to the mall. She was with her girlfriends and stuff. Gave her a little bit of money. She comes back with Bath and Body Works. I'm like, fuck. You would spend all your money at Bath and Body Works to get some sprays. Like, really? Mm-hmm. You know, so it's the little things like that. But again, see, treat yourself. No, she's not gonna treat herself. No, not at all. You know, at all. But I mean, again, going back to the subject, I think all of us agree and all of us realize that our kids have to see a certain amount of struggle. Mm-hmm. And I think all of us agree that we don't want our kids to be the spoiled people who can't handle struggle, because it's already bad enough now that kids mentally, due to social media, and I would say due to social media, they're not as hard as we are. Mm-hmm. They can't pivot. They can't take change. They can't, you know, life is very hard for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And
exposed more.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't grow up like us without social media, so we don't care.
I know, like we grew up without social media. Like I could be off of social media for a minute and I'll be straight. You know, as long as I have YouTube, so I can watch my car videos.
Ain't the only one you need.
Hey, that was the porn.
That was the last episode. I ain't gonna go there. What was it called? Black Touch or whatever was it called?
Did you check it out?
Nah, I didn't check it out though.
Check it out tonight.
Black Touch. What was it called?
Black Touch.
Blacktouch.com.
.com. New episodes out every Friday. Shout out to blacktouch.com. All right.
But yeah,
Shut up, man. That was the last episode. Come on. God, yeah.
But no,
you gotta experience some type of struggle. Like experience some type of struggle in schoolwork to get better, to get smarter. Experience some type of struggle in sports to get faster, to get stronger. So yes, you need to experience.
Well, that was the beauty about college. College, we were struggling. But TC like.
But the thing was, college, right? We can say right now, we can say we're struggling. But back then, when we was in the mix, I didn't feel like I was struggling.
It was a different type of struggle. Like, all right, for instance, when you knew the calf was closed.
Oh, yeah.
And you at night, and you don't got nobody to go get the true dollar menu. You got to drink water just to get the breakfast.
Listen. That's why I was a little upset I missed the PWI versus HBCU debate.
We're going to have a part two.
PWI, didn't y'all have like late night spots y'all can go to and eat?
Well, Tommy with the UK, tell us what. How was y'all
I know
food
when I
options?
went out to Towson, man, they had food all the damn time, and they had fucking great food. Bowie, that shit closed down at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, you
better have some
ass
shit
out.
in your room or you was short.
Tommy, what y'all have in Kentucky?
Yeah, we had stuff that was open till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck me. Are you serious?
Cheap pizza, like, you know,
So, is that on campus or off campus?
Off campus.
Okay.
But like right down the street. that
Yeah.
you can walk to it.
So basically, if you ever been to Kentucky, the whole fucking town, excuse me, I'm eating a french fry. The whole goddamn town is part of the goddamn school.
Like UK is downtown.
It's like downtown.
in the middle of it. And
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like Tech.
Yeah, I think Maryland. I think the food spot closed at like 9 o'clock.
But y'all had the Cornerstone and all those bars.
Yeah.
all the
I live in
bars.
College Park. So
Yeah,
He lives like right in College Park.
Cornerstone.
Like right in College Park.
Thursday nights at Cornerstone.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I partied out there and visited other, females in that, during that time.
I remember.
No, I did not visit any females. So I was on the college campus.
He was sitting here blanked out.
Anywho, yeah, y'all had a bunch of food spots there. It may not been right there on the campus, but y'all come right
Smoothie
outside
King.
the campus.
They had like the first Smoothie King, the
Like
first
pizza spots,
Chipotle,
too.
all that.
I was like, man, yeah, boy, we didn't have that. We was out in the middle of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, we ain't had nothing.
But I mean, McDonald's probably was like 10, 15 minutes away.
But that was like when they had the midnight menu.
yeah, 99-cent double cheeseburgers.
Well, that's
That saved me.
like Kentucky. College Park is like its own town.
Shout out to the Tri-Dales at University of Maryland. That's a whole other story.
That stamp, what was it? Stamp Center, Stamp Union.
Student Union.
Oh, y'all had some parties there, man.
Man, I had some parties up there.
Yeah.
Boy.
I mean, we hung out there. I know we're kind of off topic, but
Way off.
in
It's
Maryland,
okay.
It was like, I'm thinking 02 because that was
Yep,
the
it
same
was
year.
like
We had a
02.
great football team,
Yep.
and they won the ACC.
And we went right up that jump.
And we partied with all
Partied
They
with
showed
them.
us love, football players.
Because half of the football players from PG County.
Yeah, it was like, that was
We had a good time. Those were good days, man.
But no, to get back on topic on what we was talking about, I'm just curious, and we can go around the horn. It's like, what are you guys doing for your kids to keep them grounded? So we can start off with Eugene
I'll
and
start
just
with
work
me.
our way around.
Basically, I'm actually gonna give the kudos to Valerie, because Val keep it real with them. And one of the things she do, especially when we in Baltimore, she take them around where she grew up at.
That's what we've been meaning to do.
Yeah, she take them around where she grew up at. She tells them like what she had to go through. And if you go up there around Park Heights and shit, yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
she does that. So that's one way. And I take them around all the places I've lived. I take them first in Landover. Like, this is where Daddy really came from. But then when we went to the moving on up, this is where we came from too.
God.
But it's like, you got to take them back to like where you grew up. And then what Val also does is like, look, this is where my kids at Anacostia High School, this is where they live. And look at where you live. So that comparison and contrast, and also, and I think Marcus, you talked about it down in Waldorf. We got a real big homeless issue.
Yeah.
And the good thing about my kids are they humble and real sensitive to that,
Same.
especially Sarai, to the point where we was at a gas station. There was a homeless guy, and Sarai couldn't stop crying because she wanted to go out and help them and put a blanket on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But just showing them and not shielding them from it and like, yo, this is real life out here. Yeah. This is why mommy and daddy go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do for you. And like, yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, you took my, I already talked about it with the homeless people. We, have a conversation with him, showing them that it's all ends of the spectrum as far as, different classes. Yes, there's rich, there's middle class, there's poor. So the middle, with the homeless people issue that we showed Miles, giving the homeless people money, right, things like that. So he, like you said, he's more sensitive to that. And we actually have been meaning to show him, well, at least my wife more so because she works for DC Public Schools.
Yep. Shout out Val to DC. Yep. Shout out to DCPS.
So what my wife wants to do is she wants to take him over to some of the schools that drive around where she worked and show him like, look, these kids don't have the shoes or the jeans.
Exactly.
Sometimes they're eating their only meal at the school. Mm-hmm. Things like that. So,
and I know I forgot to actually mention this. Dylan has worked in soup lines before. Her godfather bought her and her godbrother, may he rest in peace, bought both of them out to work a soup line. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that we said we wanted to do for one Thanksgiving was to either adopt a family or to go to like a food line just to show them like, yo, this is life. You know what I'm saying? This is life for some people. You really got it good.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is it's people like me, you, Tease, Tommy, that's one paycheck away from that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just showing kids that,
And like you said, and then to touch on something that you touched on earlier, like, yes, our parents definitely did hide their struggle away from all of us. Right. I know we definitely have hit that from our kids. Like, I remember a year ago, Miles had a track meet, and 10 minutes before he was about to run his race. I got a call from my supervisor like, yeah, we're going to have to let you go. So, not putting you on, what they call, quote unquote, in contractor world, the beach.
Yeah.
Like, they hold you on for.
You gotta be let go.
No, like in 1 week, we're letting you go. So, I had to put on a face for his race, right, and spent the entire rest of our quote unquote vacation weekend, finding another job, and having to make sure that he did not know what I was going through.
And that's I'm telling you, that's the hard part of parenting. When you got stuff like that comes up, and you got to keep the face.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? And, we remember some things from growing up.
Right.
So like for me personally, I pretty much grew in 3 households.
Right.
My mom, she was single, and she worked nights. So, I remember her picking me up from school, feeding me dinner, letting me go to sleep, and then dropping me off over my grandmother's house. So I slept through the night. She worked her shift, midnight shift, overnight shift. As soon as she gets off, she comes back over to my grandmother's house, and she takes me to school.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
And, going also, the struggle of going to 3 different houses, trying to figure out, which house am I staying over this weekend, right. Eventually you catch up to it.
And those are the struggles. I think that's what we're talking about, that we don't want to show our children.
Right.
Or don't want them to experience.
The main thing I wanted before, I had kids is I wanted to make sure they had one stable household.
Right.
And I know I've definitely achieved that so far.
Wow. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Tommy, so let's shoot you another question, Tommy. Tommy. So we got Tommy on here. Tommy like, you motherfucker. So I'm gonna pose the same question that T's posed to all of us. How do you show Jack? How do you keep him humble and grounded, even though he's younger? He's in a somewhat affluent area. How do you?
How old is Jack?
Jack is 6.
Right. So he pretty much don't understand. He's living life.
He's a little oblivious to.
Right. He's living life.
I think I mentioned the thing of like the wanting or needing question. You know, making sure like when he wants something, you know, that I've talked to him about, like, you know, hey, no, I'm not going to buy it for you. If you want to buy it, right, you can buy it yourself. You've got we pulled all his money out of his piggy bank. We laid it all out on the counter, counted the whole thing.
Counted up. What you want to do?
And then say, okay, right. Do you want to buy this? Now let's work. This is how much it's going to take. Do you want to? And he's like, I don't want to spend my money on that. I'm like, I was like,
Jack already know it. No.
I guess you're not getting it.
No.
And so I think, you know, we've had talks about like, you know, yeah, there are kids like we went to a friend's house, and he walked in, and it was, you know, it was real small, and he said, well, this is such a small house. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, walking back, I was like, hey man, you know, you can't
like shut up. You can't say that.
You can't say that, because like I said, you know, look, different people are in different places in life, and and so like, and, you know, when you say something like that, that makes that person feel bad. Dude, he wheeled around. He was going back to apologize. He was like he felt so bad. And so I think, you know, we've kind of started like introducing that a little bit of like, you know, not everybody has the same
situations.
You know, every time that we talk, like when he, you know, because he, of course, he wants to keep all his toys, and we're like, no, you can't keep all your toys. I'm sorry. Like, there's a bunch of stuff you don't even looked at in like 2 years. And so everything's like, okay, so like, we're going to take these toys up, but we're going to give them to kids that need them. Right. And so you pick out stuff that you're going to give to kids that actually need it, that don't have as many as you.
Right.
Dude, you've got like a mountain of toys here.
Exactly.
We can't even walk through this room.
So it's almost like at the end of the day, it starts with us as parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to keep them grounded.
Yeah, it really starts with us as parents, you know. Shoot. This has been a...
I didn't get the chance to jump in there. But like my dynamic is a little bit different, right? Because obviously my kids' mothers, they're not in my house. Right. So you got one living in one household and living in, you know, I'm living in another. So it's one, you know, for as single parents that's out there and that parents that's living in blended households, is that one, we know we got to be all on the same page on how we're going to raise that child. Very important. And that's one thing I give shout out to my two sons' mothers, is that, you know, we're on the same page on like, okay, we have to instill certain values into our kids. You know, granted, she's doing well, I'm doing well, but at the same time, we have to teach them that, you know, staying grounded. I haven't gotten a chance to do the whole, you know, I think you said, I can't remember who it said. It was about like serving meals and things of that nature. But that's something we thought about like for Christmas, because it's starting to get to the point where, you know, you're getting gifts. You open it, go to the side, go to the next. Yeah. It's like, all right, this is starting to get old. We got to figure it out. So we're going to start doing the adopt a family thing or what have you. You know, going to serving meals and things of that nature. Yep. But I mean, outside of that, right now is just trying to, you know, explain to him like, how do daddy and, you know, mommy, how do we acquire different things? They, you know, money just doesn't just grow on trees. You got to work for it or what have you. And I think, you know, he is 6. He is 6, but he's starting to understand like, okay, it's not just poof, it's here or what have you. There's certain things you got to do, certain things you got, you know, get up in the morning, because he hates getting up in the morning in school. It's just like, hey, man, you got to do certain things to get what you want in life. And sometimes that does take hard work. And I definitely give my kids props on that, because it's starting to click a little bit. And like how I talked about the financial thing is, you know, they understand that, you know, you have to generate money. You can go work for somebody and get a paycheck every 2 weeks, but I'm trying to instill as well, you can develop your own business as well.
Exactly.
He wants money. I'm not just going to give you money, Braxton. I'm not. What can you do to get money? Tell me, give me an idea. Like, you know, he's playing football now. Daddy, I want to sell football visors. I want to do that. Okay, all right. Let's talk about that a little bit. So just planting that seed and just letting them know that, you know, like you guys were talking about, everybody doesn't have the same, you know, same platform, the same field, like Tommy was talking about, is that, you know, sometimes if you go over to a friend's house, he doesn't have his own room like you do. It's like, it's okay, but you just have to understand that sometimes everybody's not on the same playing field. But at the end of the day, if you continue to work hard, do what you need to do in school, pray to God, be good, respectful for your parents and your family, you'll do well. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to instill in my kids is just like continue to work hard, be respectful, and do what you got to do.
Man, that was good nuggets right there. And I'm gonna say this: I'm proud of all you guys because all of you guys are good fathers. And I've been around all of you guys with your kids and stuff. Y'all are some good, fantastic dads, and I just want the world to know that there are good dads out here.
There are.
There are good dads out here, and that we always, at the end of the day, we just want what's best for our kids. So definitely, this has been a good conversation. So much so we didn't even get to the little second part of the jump, but this has still been a good conversation.
Yeah, sure.
And like I said, at the end of the day, this podcast. We're going to touch on everything, and we're going to touch on the things that matter. We're married. We're married in 40. We're 40. We're going to have our singles show. We're still waiting on our singles. Shout out to Brandon. When you going to get on here? Don't worry. We're going to drag you on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sojo. We're going to drag you on. We got a show for y'all. But we're going to touch on things that matter because this is something that conversation that's definitely needed at all times. You know what I'm saying? So just to close it up for tonight, again, we want to thank Mr. Tommy Benz, Tommy, for joining us tonight. We had a good pick by the Commanders.
No, they did not.
And I didn't see the Ravens or Dallas pick yet. The Ravens are about to pick them too.
Hey, listen, we don't celebrate in April, man.
Better than you last year.
We don't celebrate. Hey, listen. Hey, the Ravens, Flock Nation, we don't celebrate in April, man. We like to celebrate in February, January.
Well, y'all ain't do no celebrating.
When you do better, you pick later.
Yeah.
Shut up. Look, Tommy stayed out this conversation because he's a Falcons fan and they haven't celebrated in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while for them.
It's been a little bit.
It's been a while.
Definitely, man. But look, man, we want to just thank everybody for listening in to another episode of All Shit I'm 40. Sure. Please like us, subscribe to us. We're on Apple Music. We're on iHeartRadio. Yes, send us questions. All right.
Share it.
Share us with your people. All right, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora Podcast. We're on all that. Anywhere that you can find your podcast. And look us up on IG, All Shit I'm 40. Click the link in the profile, and it will take you right there. Thank you for this another episode of All Shit I'm 40. This is Gene. We had Tese. We had Marcus and special guest Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Peace.